Okay, before I start, I should warn everyone, of course, dealing with fire, things get hot and things can burn. So please be very, very careful before you consider using heat for doing anything. Now what I have is a little soldering iron or soldering torch. I've had this one for a long time. It's got a little, it looks like a cigarette lighter inside of it, but it's just a, contains butane and you can refill it. And it's used for soldering. And I also have a little pair of parallel pliers. And what I'll do is I'm going to heat right in this area right here. Going to get a hold of this. If I can do it on camera, and just very carefully bend this out. If I were to try and bend it right now, chances are it would snap off right about there. But hopefully I'll be able to get a little heat in it and hopefully bend it out smooth. So let's see how this goes. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll do the same thing with the other side. The other side isn't nearly as bent. As you can see, I straightened out that left side quite a bit. I'll put a little heat on that right side and see if I can get that straightened out too. Okay, and there you have it, pretty much a straight front bumper. Now I'm just going to let that sit and cool for a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, now you can see a nice straight bumper, and I took a little time to actually clearance some of the material right out from behind the bumper. There's quite a bit of flashing on some of these castings. Right around the parting line, and I also filed the front of the bumper. There's a pretty good seam line right across the front of the bumper, just basically just to make it a little bit more pretty, just to clean it up a little bit. Now the engine sits in there pretty nice. Oops, I just knocked my wheels out. Okay, let me do this here. Okay, get the wheels in there. And the engine sits right in behind the wheels, really pretty nice. I don't think I'll run into any problems with clearance there, but I am going to run into a little bit of problem with clearance without the wheels in there. Is a little tricky to do. With the engine. So that's going to be tomorrow's video. Is going to be basically, I'm probably going to have to knock back this area on this car a little bit. Maybe I'm going to have to open up the hole a little bit. But here again, order of operations says that it doesn't really make any sense to start cutting on the body until I know for sure where the engine's going to be sitting, and I really won't know for sure where the engine's going to sit until I have the wheels glued in. So first order, or I might even do it overnight tonight, is I'll glue the axles in, And then once the axles are glued in and trued up and just the way I want them, then I can glue the engine in, because the engine will be kind of sitting over the front axle. So another thing I'll want to take into account is also, when I glue the engine in, is where the grill is going to sit. So there's a whole bunch of little things going on all at once, and it makes sense to do them in a particular order. First, get the axles in there and trued up and sitting where they need to be. Then the engine, and I will probably take a look at the grill also. But the next step after I get the engine in is looking at where the body's going to sit, because I want to get the engine in there nice, tucked in as far forward as I can behind the wheels, and then I can start playing with the body to adjust where the body's going to sit. So that's going to be about it for tonight, guys. Thank you again for continuing to watch these videos. They are a lot of fun for me to make, so please like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Let me know if these videos are helping. I know Sean over at Guitar Dead and Broke just put together a really nice looking car, and he's been very enthusiastically supporting these videos, and I really appreciate him doing that. And also just give a shout out for everybody that's been commenting and asking questions. Please, if you do have any more questions, please continue to ask, and I will try to answer them the best I can. And thank you once again. This is Chris. I will see you in lane 2.